Okay, what's the tiniest cryptid?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too?
The lieutenant pauses, thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Hello there everyone, I am Big Bear. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. This is a stuff and things kind of episode because I want to tick some boxes. Also, I've had a wee think about the fact that I'm now kind of sitting on, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skill points. That surely can't be right. I know I've had an element of luck in a few skill checks of late. That being said, I mean, like, you know, when I was playing, it's not table tennis, what the hell am I thinking of? Pinball, obviously. With regards to pinball, you know, like there was a white check there that was really, really low percentage. It just came in. You saw it. I didn't cut the episode. And then off the back of that as well, I think there's a number of things that I haven't tried with regards to white checks, kept them open. And I learned very, very quickly in the first sort of like 5 or 6 episodes that there are things that you could do that would improve your ability to increase the likelihood without needing to adjust your clothing, which is what I do anyway, and add additional skill checks in. So maybe that's why I'm sitting on 6. Or maybe I should just be chancing my arm a little bit more and not sort of resting on my laurels with the white checks. But anyway, I digress. It feels like a lot, and although a part of it's luck, I have just been saving up my points. But anyway, we'll see. It feels like maybe the game's storing something up, something big that I'm going to have to get my way through. But anyway, we'll find out in due course. I guess some of the other things, and apologies again if you can't see it at this point in time, we need to go and check out Classia's buoy in the harbour. I'll speak to Titus about Ruby's location later, and then we've got a few things. We need to go back and confront Kuno with regards to the armour, because he was lying, and a few of the bits and pieces. We need to get my gun back at 10 o'clock tonight, and I'm just going to go off and have a wee chat with a number of people and see if we can't tick some boxes and get some stuff done. Now, one of the things I wanted to do here was have a wee shifty into the window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
You see what I mean? Like, there's a white skill check, visual calculus, but +1, you've heard what happened. So that's immediately boosted it for me. I'm sure at some point I'm going to have something that's going to be high and it's just going to fail, but...
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are 2 neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Oh, I'm just having a wee look. So we've got A, this is where the guy was shot, so that's where we are now. B. That looks out near the boardwalk past the church. What is that? At the end of the island? Where that antenna thing is, or whatever it is. Is this somewhere we're going to be able to go eventually? Because, as I say, I felt like there was a bit of the map that wasn't open to us. We'll get to it. Okay, where did it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will.
Yeah.
Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Okay, should there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting, because we've taken so long to actually do anything with the body, there's a lot of evidence that will have disappeared. So I'm 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot.
Mm-hmm.
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room? Well, the glass did shatter.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Sounds reasonable, I guess. I mean, it's always a good idea to have at least one alternate. I guess. Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B, the boardwalk. Highly unlikely.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance.
Oh.
A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Okay. Point B, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No. Too far-fetched.
And the islet.
1 kilometer away. An unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere. On an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime the boardwalk, B double prime Land's End, B triple prime the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still, I'm just being thorough, it's okay. Much less than from the roof, I would say.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Oh, okay, well there's another task for us to do.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
I'm going with the roof version, it fits the hidden path through the whirling, a simple hypothesis. So wait, I thought it was on the roof of the other building across the road. Or am I missing something there? Okay, anyway, let's go, and what we're going to do next then. I want to go and try the door down the coast, because that's at 3%, that's not going to go anywhere. And it's a red check, I can get that over and done with. So I might go and do that while I'm going down the boardwalk. Let's go and look at the buoy. And what else do I want to do? I'm not going to speak to Titus yet because we want him to give up the lassie that we think made the shot. I might go back to the church because it seems like there's a few unfinished things, including with Noid and stuff that I want to do as well. So we can go and do that. Ooh.
Yes? What is it?
I've forgotten that I wanted to speak to everybody down here as well. Let's get this out of the road. Are you with him? Point to the man with the sunglasses.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
He's an asshole. He seems like a cool guy. You look cute together. Nothing just wondered. He seems like a cool guy.
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue. But at least he tries. unlike you.
Oh.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
Another exchange. You're the police, right? Cool, so am I.
I don't know what to say.
These people are from my precinct and I've forgotten who they are, haven't they?
Don't say anything, Judith.
What is he, police? What are you, the police, doing here?
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
A policewoman, a horse-faced woman, say nothing.
I just want to do my job, that's all.
She says quietly and looks away.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two, is making her uncomfortable.
That's it, isn't it? They're from my precinct and I'm acting like an idiot. Actually, I wanted to change my clothes up as
Again?
well.
I can't believe this shit.
Oh, see what I mean? Look, so Esprit de Corps, 58%, called your station and she's with him. Why is that relevant? Okay, hang on a wee minute. Esprit de Corps. Okay.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
I will put a skill point in and retry this if I have to.
There's something that binds you to him.
Finally.
Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Animal control uniform, a firefighter's and a nurse's uniform.
The police of animals, yes.
Listen, don't make anything out of it, but you work for animal control.
Well, I am interacting with the most dangerous animal of them all. You. I'd say yes. I'm animal control.
You're making fun of me.
Oh, you know me. Always the joker. Just can't but see the bright side. Guess I'm just pathologically a glass is half full kind of guy.
Okay, let's put the point in and have done with it. Esprit de Corps, Esprit de Corps. Where the hell is it? There it is. It's about bloody time that I started using my points for something.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth, do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
From my precinct, this is what I'm saying.
Another life.
From where? From another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the...
He pauses.
To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
It was the 41st, wasn't it?
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere.
He gives you a long, meaningful look and adds.
Somewhere good.
Let's talk more about the hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned.
Okay.
So what would our relationship be in this alternative universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
Like partners in crime. You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. You seem like a bit of a drag, no offense. Kim's cooler than you. Oh, he is, but okay, you seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as a partner.
Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
No, you wouldn't cramp my style at all. Actually, I shouldn't have called you my partner. Kim's my partner. He's going to know.
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
Oh, Kim? Ouch.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off.
Is this guy my former partner and I told him to go himself?
When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Uh-oh. Who else is in our imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but... police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
Oh, God. Who's this far out son of
Oh,
Lang?
it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about him or her?
Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
Oh, dear Lord. Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Okay, got some questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like Gilliam, oh god, I don't know, you tell me. Like a man down on his luck. I'm trying real hard here, man. I am trying.
Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
Jesus, now will you answer some questions for me?
No,
Why not?
because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
If you don't want to answer my questions, maybe you want to hear me say things. Let's talk about something else then. If you don't want to answer my questions.
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want...
Hear that?
Whoops.
He wants you to say things. Say one.
What did he say? He had ups later tone. I want you to hear you say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Okay, I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged. Okay, I'm doing this investigation. It turns out he was shot and hanged. Okay, this person who was shot and then made to look like he was hanged, he might have been shot by the people who hanged him. Okay, the person who was shot and hanged, he may have been shot by the person who made it look like he was hanged. I think it's the fourth one. Is that right? Because Ruby was... Oh, okay, I'm nearly going cross-eyed.
a cover-up. Well, the author of the cover-up is the perp? Makes sense.
I know, right? But what's the motive?
You don't have a motive? Then the double cover-up seems too neat.
Yeah, why am I telling you these things?
I don't know. Why are you?
It gives you an odd look.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Let's talk about the hanged man again.
Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again.
Okay,
We are not wasting time.
Let's just
There
go through the
is
list.
no time. So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. You... Okay, why not? You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting?
Basically, yes.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Why am I telling you this?
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more?
This
What
isn't
is
going. This isn't going anywhere, is it? Okay.
Okay, why not? I get it, okay. But that would be my... I don't know. Oh my god, there...
Okay, there was oh.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
Okay, so that conversation was absolutely useless, but I know, super weird. I guess it was kind of weird, yes. No, this whole interaction was perfectly normal. Frankly, I'm past caring or wondering. I guess it was kind of weird, yes, but I think I know why.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
It's impossible, but it isn't. This is what I've been thinking. I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if he's from the same station.
Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station?
I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Okay, see you around. I don't know. It seems like he potentially is a cop. Have I spoken
Just
to you?
a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic. I sense a task coming on.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm
Uh,
glad to see you again, dear.
Oh yeah, did I speak? It was very early on in the series. Sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. Tell me how I might make it up to you.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
I'll do it for you.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
No mystery here. This is Clausia's handiwork. She cut the line.
Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
We ran into your husband on the coast, madame. He was just going to finish up some work and then come back.
Are you sure it was him? Oh, thank heavens. Silly me.
Okay.
I knew what I was getting into when I married a cryptozoologist, of course. It's just... waiting for him to come back from field work is always nerve-wracking.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Still, I should have known he'd be returning late this time around. Finding the Insulindian phasmid, it's very important to him.
She glances out the window towards the bay. Oh yeah, I forgot to speak to the other guy that was with him as well. So your husband is some kind of scientist.
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
So what am I looking at? Even maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. So we've got a suggestion.
Just a moment, officer.
Do it. Who knows what cryptozoological mysteries will be uncovered?
Oh, I completely clicked through that. Apologies. If you run into my husband again, do tell him I'm worried and to hurry back. Okay, I better go and do that as well. I am heading up that direction because I'm guessing it's somewhere up near the coast there where the buoy is. Do it who knows what cryptozoological mysteries will be uncovered, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. Good luck with your investigation now.
I thought that was going to be a phone call. We need to go and speak to him directly, but that's okay because we're heading that direction. And a suggestion. Okay, we're looking
hello,
good.
Dear. There you are.
Sometimes the most charming thing you can do is be reasonable in your requests.
Tell me about just one interesting
I
cryptid.
suppose you could use a break, and I could use a distraction.
One cryptid, like you said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
What is the biggest cryptid? What is the tiniest cryptid? What is the most dangerous cryptid? Are there any invisible cryptids? This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else. Okay, what is the most dangerous?
The gnome of Jeroma.
The gnome of Jeroma. That sounds terrifying.
Oh, yes. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
Mm-hmm. What did this cryptid look like?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it.
Yeah.
It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom.
Of course.
Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
She says mostly to herself.
Alas, always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
Yeah, seems very convenient. No, it was perfectly good explanation. Stop being so skeptical. No, it seems very convenient.
I understand your skepticism, but that's what happens with things that are rare and stand out. Their disappearance is most memorable, and they are least likely to be found again.
Okay, what's the tiniest cryptid?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too?
The lieutenant pauses, thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Well, the smallest cryptid is the Cryobacter catlensis, a unicellular bacterium. It was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
What's so special about it?
Bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Well, wait, she injected herself with it.
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
It's just idiotic.
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
You mean there's an immortal geologist wandering the world?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
And what's the biggest cryptid?
That would be the giant of Kokonur.
She says as if it's common knowledge.
The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
She does not elaborate the nature of this luminance further, and just how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Okay, is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hooey. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Okay.
Gravity anomaly? Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right here.
Are there any invisible
What an
cryptids?
interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
You're right, Kim, it's childish, but I need to know. Shush, Kim, she's going to tell me about the invisible cryptid. What is it? You're right, Kim, it's childish, but I need to know.
Okay, I won't spoil your fun. What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Col de Mamadakwa. Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Koldamama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Koldamamadakwa can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Sorry, that one caught my eye. Could it be here? Look around right now.
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
A whisper light and low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Koldamamadakwa makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere, all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
What evidence is there of the animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Just nod eagerly.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls.
I'm starting to regret getting into this now.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Koldamamadakwa, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually.
Why is the Mamadakwa so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Psst. They cancel each other out.
Oh yeah, they cancel each other out. Okay.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Uh-oh.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koldamamadakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
She seems genuinely glad. Okay, interesting. What
What
about...
about what?
This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all. Okay, so we need to go and speak to the husband. I'll come back and speak to him later. Oh, so save kicking in. I'm not going to speak to Titus at the moment about giving up Ruby. Couple of things. So what do I need to do? Let me check the radio real quick. Oh,
Was that? Could it be the Koldamamadakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
is it? Is there a ringing?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic. But, admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always?
Listen closely first.
There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. Yeah, but how are you going to catch it?
Keep listening.
It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder.
Hold very still and hope the bird comes to perch on your shoulder. Proceed.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it.
I have to stop listening to my subconscious.
No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
No, come back, please, or go and then leave. Leave like everything else. No, come back, please. Listen more.
Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
Okay, where are we? So White Morning's got 88. I've still got 5 points, so I can always open something else to have a wee look into. I'm 63 on Wasteland of Reality, but now we have the Cold of Mamadakwa as well. I forgot about the Wumpty Dumpty Dum, but I'm not going to do that in the meantime. Okay, very quickly, let's see if this is going to make a difference with the radio and the armor.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
Fantastic.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
Shoot.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09.
Neonatal Care Unit?
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
Jesus.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
Wait, he was found in a leaf compactor.
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
No, thank you.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Any information on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So all we have to connect him to Colonel is the armor.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
Okay, well, we have his name and service record now.
Name. This is very good.
Hey!
Ellis Kortenaer.
Okay, Ellis Kortenaer. We could always speak to the lassie and let her know what his full name was.
Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
I'm done with the radio.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Okay, close the door. Okay, next up, speak to Kuno or go down the coast. Let's go and have a quick word with Kuno with regards to his lies, because did he not say he booted a helmet into the ocean? Let's just very quickly see what he has to say for himself.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
So he raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said he said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down the armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock. He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down the armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
They look slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
I genuinely don't.
Yeah, real interesting.
Okay, moving on.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Neither do I. Okay, next up, up the coast, I think. Okay, a couple of... Oh, Christ, it's snowy as all shit. Just gonna go and slam on this red check. Why the hell not? And then we'll have a quick look around the area for the buoy. Oh, wait.
An old door, worn by...
Wait, what's this? The building before you houses the engine. Must have been a big one. Never mind.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Could the structure have been used to take the shots?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Oh, I see. Sorry, that was what they were asking about. Interfacing impossible 23, very low. Red check. That's, I don't know why. I think I've looked at this before, and when I add things to interfacing, it doesn't seem to increase it.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
The door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
What do you mean we don't get in? We get into, like, everywhere.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
Aww, I was kind of looking forward to seeing what was behind this door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
But that's who I am, who we are. I'm not going to accept this. The door could be part of the investigation. Okay, I can live with it. But that's who I am, who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They
What?
are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful would come from this.
You're having a giraffe now. What else have I got? One more door. God damn it, it cannot be a disgrace. That door on the coast. Do you remember the one right? The one that leads to the abandoned supply depot? Why, in the name of all that's holy, does it not open? Why? There has to be a way to get through that unopened door. By gods, you're the police. All doors are supposed to open before you. What will the others at the precinct think if you cannot open a goddamn door? There must be a way. Plus 1 half-light. That seems pretty good. 45 minutes. Cold of Mamadakwa. 7 hours, 10 minutes. Jesus. No temporary research bonus. Okay, I'll mull that over. I'm more tempted to go with one more door at this stage, but we're almost sorted for White Morning. Okay, let me have a wee shimmy around for the buoy. Well, there was hee-haw down that side. Oh, he's back with his boy. The only other thing I can think of... Kicking around. Nope. Keep forgetting there's another guy to speak to as well, but we'll do that next. Ooh, wait a minute. 1, 2. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes and are crumbling. Could this be the buoy Khaleesi told you about? Hey!
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Pick up the buoy.
You lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff the buoy.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner. Actually, smells a little salty.
Okay, open it.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
It's freaking empty.
Well, damn.
We're lucky it's still here a little longer and it would have floated away. No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
Okay, this is a minor quirk. We want to know what was in the buoy anyway. This is a disaster. Everything is ruined. Well, everything's not ruined. It's a minor quirk.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
It must have been Calassia's enemies, which means she's in danger. Maybe Calassia took them herself. Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition?
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Okay, we're lucky it's still here a little longer. It would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Sorry, wait a minute. When I say ask the mist, does he mean Calassia? Okay, let the empty buoy be. Leave. Next up. The soggy logs smell of ignition fluid, still they won't light up. Ooh, can. I'm rich. Okay, let me speak to you.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer? Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Wow.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about. After a little probing first.
That's extremely rude.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors. Yeah, more of a city boy too. Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. Sadly, I think I might be a drunk or a degenerate, maybe even both. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his
He
feet.
pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Oh, God, okay, let's go down the list. You said Revocol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He nods
He
solemnly.
winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too. Perhaps.
No.
It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he?
Is this your mug? Hold up the yellow mug.
My mug? Why would you think that?
Well, you were just a tad racist there.
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
You said yellow man, that's not something many people go around saying. It seems as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried yellow man. I can see you recognize it, it's in your eyes. You look like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this in his colonial mug collection. Wait a minute, was this the guy's house that we opened for Everart? You said yellow man, that's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Just a minute, man. You put the mug in the trash container behind the whirling. Maybe he also put the... Wait a minute. How would he get into the trash? Oh, still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of the lynching?
Okay. I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry.
Wait a minute.
officer.
Who cares about a mug?
You're not going to find me, are you?
I am rip out a fine slip. I am rip out a slip for 100 real, 250 real. Nah, Gary, I just want information. Well, we're not going to charge him.
Ooh. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
There we go. How did you get into the trash container? Gary, did you put the clothes of the murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling rags, into the trash container? Just ask it outright.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Dude.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
The lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before. But where?
Okay, how do you get into the trash container first?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved.
Really?
What's this? He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Okay, you were surprised to see my colleague Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
I think so. Sorry, as you know, I've been having problems with my memory. Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Oh, great. Yes, our lucky racist. Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary? Are you Gary? Are you a racist? I don't know, I like the previous racist better. He's nothing compared to Measurehead. Are you Gary? Are you a racist?
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
The Lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Yes, what are they doing in that soul of theirs scheming? The Lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Yeah, let's do, Gary. Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way.
But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
So, Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez, pointing this direction.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Oh, no, I'm not going to tell him about all this stuff. Should I? Mr. Clare must be very angry with you. I think I broke into your apartment. I'm very sorry. Mr. Clare must be very angry with you.
Mr. Everard?
The colour drains from his face. Yes, he insisted that I open the door to your apartment.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him.
What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
What on earth is this guy on about?
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door. Our discussion on this topic is over. Nod grimly. Our discussion on this is over. I'm not going to give him any more than that.
Of course. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
There we go. Look at that. Scare him with the apartment. Excellent. And what we got? Composure. Right, give me 2 seconds. Oh! White morning. Bonuses. 20% zoom out distance. All motorics learning caps raised by 1. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you raise above the dollhouse world. You see him in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house, sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful, a white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, and make him smaller, make him less you. So that just gave me... Hang on a wee minute, what was that? Additional zoom out capacity. Wow. Okay. I guess that's kinda handy.
Always a pleasure. I mean,
completely forgot what it was. Composure. Right, let's do that. Okay, that's another +2 in there.
I mean, officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons. Barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
His massive musculature? Something's worn underneath it.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
Hell yeah! Oh, this is a brilliant way to end the episode. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
He unbuttons his shirt.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramics shine underneath a thin layer of interlocking plates cover his gaunt torso.
Jerry! What's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
Yes, you do, Gary.
No, you've got explaining to do.
The lieutenant's tone is icy. Oh, God. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Why did you lie to me, Gary? Do you know who killed the hanged man? Give me the armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put the clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
He shakes his head.
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Oh, yeah, Dancer. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave things here. It's just unbelievable, this game. Seriously, I had no idea this is where it was heading and we were going to get a piece of the armor. I'm disappointed I didn't get the boots now because that seems to be the case that I can't get the full set. Don't know how the hell I'm going to get the helmet if Kuno did boot it into the ocean. But anyway, I digress. This has been a really interesting episode and we've gotten more things done. Still more to do and we're going to speak to this chappie and crack on back over at the church in the next episode. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, hit the like and subscribe button. But this is Big Bear signing off. But there will be another video. See ya.